Since we're talking about the British, we must say, here's the tea. This story is something I'm obviously going to say in the social sphere where progressive things are. I should not condone it, but it also seems to be some of the keeping of highest traditions of the military in general across every single country. And that's because according to Task and Purpose, leaked barracks orgy video gets hundreds of British paratroopers barred from NATO mission. I don't think I've ever seen a unit actually have to deal with this big of an impact because of some barracks bunny, but this gets deeper. British paratroopers are being barred from being deployed to a NATO exercise in the Balkans after videos leaked online of soldiers having an orgy with a civilian woman in the barracks. This is just too familiar. According to the Times of London, military police earlier this month began investigating paratroopers of the 3rd Battalion Parachute Regiment. The Times reported on June 7th the video clips were circulated on social media of a civilian woman engaging in consensual orgy with the paratroopers in the Melville barracks, while dozens watched. Now, a lot of times we in the military use this bad term for women that do this kind of thing as barracks bunnies. That is their nickname because they are known to bounce around from room to room. Now, what it looks like from this is she got caught on video. You don't do that. That is like rule number 1 of Barracks Bunny 101. The videos reportedly showed, quotation, sexual activity in different areas of the base, according to the Times. A British Army investigation determined the woman had been brought into the barracks as many as 31 times in 5 months. She took the term Barracks Bunny to a whole new level. You know when they say you're doing it like a rabbit or like a bunny? That is like figurative, not literally. That just means figuratively, because they are fast. I do have to say, as many people here are going to go on about this, at least they annotated it was consensual. The decision to bar the battalion from deployment came less than a week after General Sir Patrick Sanders took over as the head of UK Army. On June 16th, Sanders sent a letter to senior leaders calling the paratroopers' behavior, quotations, unacceptable, corrosive, and detrimental to the Army's reputation. Of course this general is going to say this as he just took the job. Imagine you walk into the shitstorm, dumpster on fire. I just would not want to be in his shoes at this point because now he has to make an example that he's a new leader. And you understand that. That's just what is going to happen. So I think if it's later on in his tenure, you probably wouldn't see this. But the fact that it's like the first day on the job, essentially, yeah, he's going to take it out on these guys. While the investigation determined that no crime had been committed, the Times reported Sanders said the behavior and subsequent videos could have been used to denigrate women. I've never heard that term, but I know what it means essentially is like to degrade them. I understand that. This woman came back 31 times. I doubt with all these videos circulating around, she had no idea that she was being filmed. Obviously, this is not over like a one-night period. She had to have known. There's just no way that you get to this level of Barracks Bunny 101 and you're now on 107. You've not learned. Don't film what you get into. The soldiers were preparing to deploy to the Balkans for a 10-day military exercise with NATO allies, but Sanders said in the letter that he was not prepared to risk the NATO mission or the reputation of the British Army by deploying 3 para at this time. The unit previously deployed to Afghan amid the Taliban's consolidation of power last August. I don't know if keeping these guys behind is necessarily a punishment, as literally they are now going to just stay where they are and just chill out and still do less work, which should be noted that now they're going to send another unit up to this exercise, which is less prepared, less ready, everything. Is this really a punishment, or is this just something to be like, I've done something? Because like they've said, it's not illegal to, partake in these instances. However, this doesn't sound like it's the first time that the UK military has been out here wilding out. The recent scandal is far from the first sex-related incident for the British military. As the Times reported, a nuclear submarine's crew allegedly had, quotations, drug-fueled parties while the submarine was docked in the U.S. to pick up nuclear warheads in 2017. An investigation found that 9 troops had cocaine in their systems while on duty, and that the submarine's captain and second-in-command allegedly had extramarital affairs on board. Imagine, these are submarines, right? Like, these are tight, crammed spaces. So not very well ventilated or very well, acclimated for the female type to come down and share your space with. But I will commend that we have seen adapt and overcome be applied in this situation. Doing drugs and obviously, steering or driving or being around multi-million-dollar submarines is probably not the best idea, but we'll leave that to them over there. More recently, soldiers from 3rd Pair were accused of, quotations, unprofessional behavior during a May exercise in North Macedonia, the Times reported. The paratroopers barred from the deployment will, quotations, lose out on medal and extra pay since they are not allowed on deployment, according to the Times. Recent events, Sanders reportedly said in his letter, indicate the soldiers of the battalion are not, quotations, demonstrating levels of discipline and respect for others expected of one of our battalions. Now, I do appreciate that there is some accountability held to these service members, but this almost seems like the most stereotypical military type story ever of bunch of dudes, not a lot of girls, hooking up, war, not really, but they're doing training exercises and they want to, I guess, before they go out and do what they have to do. As much as we like to compare the US versus the UK and kind of go down this rabbit hole, you know, a lot of militaries that I've interacted with between the Japanese, Australians, Koreans, British, Dutch, all these other people that have been out there, I've talked to so many at this point. There are more similarities than differences. There is just such a baseline understanding of what military culture is, and I think this is kind of part of that. Now, in the social culture of outside the military, would people see this as, oh my God, taboo? Probably yes, but, you know, I also have to say, like I said before, this lady probably is not worried about being familiar with several service members. I also want to say this did happen on my base as well with Japanese women, which, you know, are very kind and kudasai and, you know, very respectful of everybody. And it was known she was bouncing around talking to several people. And this video here went viral.
Wake up, we're in bed, right? I'm asleep. I wake up. She's on. Wake up, we're in bed, right? I'm asleep. I wake up. She's on Tinder. Texting other guys, sending other guys kissy faces, telling them to add on our Snapchat. That's crazy. While in bed with me. Now, and this is also why 2 days ago she told me she loves me, right? But she's on Tinder texting other guys after she said she loved me. She drove down here, right? She lives in Fukuoka. She drove down to Iwakuni and was matching with guys in Iwakuni. She matched with a motherfucker down the hallway. And you know how I know he lives down the hallway? Because I work with him. I have your things. Because you said me. Yuko, I have your things.
Now, I will tell you guys, I don't know if you guys can find the videos or whatever. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them across Reddit. Usually that's where uncensored stuff does come across. But if you find it, cool, go for it. But realistically, I just think this is funny about how we compare these cultures. If you guys want to see something else that's very similar to this, I made a video about the British, or I should say Royal Navy here, because I got reamed in the comments on that, as they opened a bar on one of their ships, and compared that to Navy life in the U.S. Navy. Check that out up there if you'd like to see some more comparisons like this. But as always, let me know what you guys think about this situation. Do you think they should have been taken off deployment, or do you think it should have been a non-issue? This is like a personal little thing here that no one really should care about and should not impact the mission. Let me know down in the comments below. As always, if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, or you want to let me know of a future video topic, hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.